We've got some breaking news as Jermaine Eluemunor, you are once again a New York football giant. And he's only signing for $13 million per year. This is highway robbery. He barely cracks the top 15 highest paid right tackle on average annual value. What a move. Major shout out to Jermaine Eluemunor, and this is why you subscribe to the channel. Because when the Giants make a move, we make a video ASAP. And make sure you show the big right tackle some love. Give me some JE72s in the comments section. One of my biggest hopes coming into NFL free agency was that the Giants were going to build up the offensive line. There's been talk about, the Giants want to run the football, or the Giants want to be more physical. The Giants want to be a smash-mouth football team. Well, if you're going to do any of that, you got to build up the offensive line. And retaining Jermaine Eluemunor was always the right decision. On top of that, you have a young quarterback in Jackson Dart who you're trying to build around. You're trying to put him in an offense where he can have success. The quickest way to stunt the growth of a young quarterback is to not put an offensive line in front of him that can protect him. Keeping Jermaine Eluemunor at right tackle with Andrew Thomas at left tackle, those are two pillars on the offensive line. Jermaine was one of the best pass-blocking offensive linemen in the entire National Football League last year. He had a pass block efficiency near the top of the league. As you look at his stats over the last 4 years, a pass blocking efficiency of 98.0, the second best of his NFL career, really the best if you don't count 2021 where only played in 266 snaps. What I also like about this move is Jermaine is someone that has been dependable for the New York Giants. Hasn't really missed all that much time, and in the last 4 years, he's played in a lot of games. 76.7 overall pass blocking grade. You can trust him. He talked to Dan Duggan of The Athletic about, I don't need a chip block. I don't need help. Leave me one-on-one on an island. And when you have a left tackle like Andrew Thomas who could do that, and then you have a right tackle who can do that, you are able to be very creative in ways that you want to, one, send players out on routes, but two, with your protections as well. And you can have more help on the interior offensive line. He allowed just 4 sacks this year, 3 quarterback hits, only 19 pressures. Something he has to work on is cleaning up the penalties. Sometimes he jumps off sides. Sometimes he gets called for some holdings. That's going to happen. But, man, this is a really good move. His overall grade this year of Pro Football Focus, 63.8, ranked 60th of 105 qualifying offensive tackles. His pass blocking grade, though, was 21st amongst all offensive tackles. Like, Jermaine Eluemunor can hold his own on that. This comes from Bobby Skinner. Jermaine Eluemunor was 7th out of 90 offensive tackles and pass block efficiency in 2025, while Andrew Thomas was 3rd. You have the 5th best pass blocking right tackle. You have the 3rd best pass blocking guy at left tackle. Like, you want Jackson Dart to be successful. You want Jackson Dart to have time in the pocket. You want Dart to be able to create behind the line of scrimmage, improvise. You got to have guys that can protect and keep some of these edges off of them. And with teams like the Dallas Cowboys going out and trading for Rashawn Gary, with the Commanders going out and giving Odafe Owe $100 million, you had to make sure you built up the offensive line. The Giants, they go and do that with this move of Jermaine Eluemunor. I'm really pumped up about it, and don't stop now. Go get a right guard. Go get a left guard. Continue to build this offensive line. We'll talk more Giants coming up. First, though, I got to let you know our sponsor of today's show is Chubbies, and they've got an awesome deal going on right now as they celebrate 15 years. Guys, I got to be real with you. The first time I put on a pair of Chubbies, I actually said, whoa, out loud. Instant good mood. The stretch, the softness, my thighs finally getting fresh air and respect. Game changer. I've been living in them ever since. They make every single day feel like Friday at 5 p.m. supportive, zero chafe, dry in minutes, so you're cannonball to cold beer ready. The four-way stretch is ridiculous. They handle pool apps just as easy as poolside lounging, and they fit like your favorite pair from day one. Plus, with Chubbies celebrating 15 years, they're bringing the originals back. Same iconic comfort and 2.6 million happy customers. For a limited time, our listeners get 20% off with code ChatSports at ChubbyShorts.com. That's 20% off with code ChatSports at ChubbyShorts.com. Go give your thighs the VIP treatment they deserve and tell Chubbies that we sent you. With Jermaine Eluemunor putting pen to paper, the New York Giants have now signed 4 players in NFL free agency. Eluemunor being the one that I am most happy about at this point, because nothing matters if the offensive line does not matter. And I'm glad to see that the offensive line is going to be a focal point of this regime. Now go get me a right guard. I'm okay with cutting John Runyan. Maybe go get a left guard as well. And hopefully John Michael Schmitz can take another step in his development. The Giants got busy early before free agency, re-signing Gunnar Olszewski to a 1-year deal. Chris Manhertz put pen to paper to rejoin this team. The Giants go and steal 2 Baltimore Ravens. Isaiah Likely coming in at 3 years and $40 million, with Jordan Stout coming in at 3 years and $12.3 million. Gunnar Olszewski, Jordan Stout, 2 special teamers on day 1 of NFL free agency. John Harbaugh is a special teams guy to his core, and he is going to make sure the Giants are not a laughingstock in those departments. We'll see if they make a move at a kicker spot or if they do roll with Ben Sauls. The last 2 signings for the Giants, both coming in at 3-year deals and almost very similar contracts. Tremaine Edmunds signing a 3-year deal worth $36 million. Let's take a look at the New York Titans coming up in a second. But Jermaine Eluemunor back with the Giants. I'd like to see them bring back Greg Van Roten. We've heard Elijah Vera Tucker as a name to monitor. We've heard Wyatt Teller as a name to potentially keep your eyes on for the New York Giants. I don't think they're done in free agency. The Giants have plenty enough money to go literally do whatever they want in free agency. There is not a single player in free agency that the New York Giants cannot afford right now. And I like the deals that they're doing. Again, Jermaine Eluemunor for $13 million a year. That is an absolute steal. That's not even top 15 and highest paid right tackles. Let's just go to this same graphic for the Tennessee Titans if we can, because the Titans are stealing all of the players from the New York Giants. They've gone out. They made a trade for Jermaine Johnson, stealing a player from New York. That time the Jets, they brought in Mitch Trubisky, but they started the day by giving Daniel Bellinger a 3-year, $24 million deal. And then Wan'Dale Robinson signing to Tennessee, 4 years and $78 million. Then they go out and they give John Franklin Myers a bag, but they were not done stealing players from the New York Giants. I say that half jokingly. Cordell Flott goes and signs there. Then they pay Alontae Taylor. They now have 2 corners that have cashed out in NFL free agency. And then they went and they stole Austin Schlottman from us. Carmen Brasillo bringing in some players on the offensive line. Brian Dable bringing in some players to Tennessee. Sucks to see all these guys go. I wish them the best, but to be honest with you, I wouldn't have paid Cordell Flott $15 million. I wouldn't have paid Daniel Bellinger $8 million. I wouldn't have paid Wan'Dale Robinson $19.5 million. I think those are all good players. I think they're all getting a little bit overpaid, but that's the name of the game in free agency. You pay B-level players A-level contracts, and that's why I like what the New York Giants have done. I don't feel like they've overpaid for anybody. I feel like all the contracts they've got have actually been on the cheaper end than what we've expected. Like, there was chatter that Isaiah Likely gets $17 million a year. Some people thought Jermaine Eluemunor was going to get $20 million a year. He does not. He is back on the Giants on a 2-year deal that is fully guaranteed with an option in year 3. Glad he's here. Glad we're continuing to put money and resources into the offensive line. I'm fired up for that. Show Jermaine some love. Give me some JE72s in the chat. Make sure you are subscribed and make sure you are following over on social media. First spot you would have heard about Jermaine Eluemunor being a Giant once again is on my Twitter and on my Instagram at Marshall Green _.